Hello and welcome. Come on in. Get your coffee, your tea. Let's see, I hit Jack Daniels. I said Jim Beam. Hey, get your Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, or your moonshine. Come on back. Today I am going to focus on the paranormal flashlight. So many of you have asked about it. I'm going to give you some tips, pointers, and some big cautions. See you in a minute. All right, welcome, welcome. I am going to go ahead and set the flashlight, get it adjusted. I'm going to throw it up on the desk. Let's move that hourglass out of the way. All right. I do have the light set up there. Spirit, can you give me a wink or blink on that? Let me know if I have that adjusted correctly for you. Just a little wink or blink. Just a flicker. All right, there we go. I see it's starting to go. Sometimes it takes a minute for a spirit to take control of it. They always let me know they're here. However, what you don't see is the opening prayer that I do to cleanse that light, to bless it, because it is a form of divination, and divination is conversing with the other side. If you're not careful talking to the other side, don't call me to come clear a demonic attachment, because I'll charge you double, whatever that is. I don't even know what I charge on that. But it is no different than a Ouija board. I want to stress that. It can be a dangerous thing. I know a lot of, and that is just a tool. It's a 6-inch Maglite brand. For those of you that keep messaging me that you don't know what it is, Maglite brand, 6-inch. Years ago, a lot of the paranormal people used just the flashlight method to communicate, trying to, do their ghost busting and find, here I go, feeling spirit in the room already on my face. Making connection with the other side, giving them a venue or an avenue, actually, to communicate with us, to let us know that they are there. And I have seen paranormal researchers get attachments. So it's highly likely, it's highly possible. Be careful. I'm telling you right now, be careful. I will charge you double, triple to help relieve, take away anything dark that you have called in. Thank you, Spirit on the Light, validating that for me. Yes, it's a form of divination. And so many of you have asked me about it. So many of you say you have gone out and bought yours and you're trying to get the light to work and it won't work. Well, sometimes it won't. I have over 1,000 videos here at YouTube, and on a lot of those, I set it up there for almost every tarot reading. And for a lot of them, it never moved. It never blinked. It never came on. It never turned off. If I set it up on, it might not have turned off. So it's up to spirit what they want to do, how you welcome them in. Do you have a positive, uplifting, high vibration atmosphere for them? If you have a bitchy, grouchy household, you are going to attract dark entities. Let me tell you, you have to, I always pray beforehand, after I collect, because you're opening a portal with that. Absolutely opening a portal with it. After the reading or the video, I close the portal with the prayer. I thank Jesus for coming in and protecting me, for giving me the insight to give you guys whatever messages come to me. I kind of always let spirit guide me on that. I don't even use a script. A lot of times you can tell because I just kind of bumblefuck my way through it, but That's who I am. Oh, by the way, my name's Tina Beecher, and I am an old school biker. This is where I'm going to give you the caution about my vocabulary, obviously, because my don't give a shit meter is running red line. I am a senior citizen at that, and an old school biker right there. One of the questions that I did get from you guys was about reincarnation. Is it a real thing? Yeah, absolutely. If you happen to have any kind of phobia, fear of anything, snakes, spiders, drowning, fear of tiny places, being trapped in a small place, if you have fear of fire or, again, water for any reason, it might be how you passed in a previous life. Reincarnation is real. We come down here with a soul contract. Before we're born, we all stand before God. You know what? A lot of people that do this don't believe in God and Jesus, but I'm going to tell you that that's the foundation of who I am. I do follow the Christ consciousness. Man, me and Jesus walk pretty tight. I have a running conversation with that guy all day long, and he is my backup. He's my ride or die. We come down here with a soul contract. We come into agreement with God before we are come down here on the big trials and tribulations that we're going to face down here. Because every time we pass on, we go back over, we give that information and that download back to God's source. With the wisdom that accumulates, the hope and the faith that accumulates, we gain a better consciousness. In that soul contract, we do, you know what? We might agree just to learn patience. Okay, I'll use this for example, off the top of my head. One of the things we need to learn might be patience. You may be given a series of things in your life to just slow you down, whether you want to or not. You want to take life at a little faster pace and something sets you back. You're in a hurry or you get angry. You came down here to learn patience. Well, if you go through and spend this whole lifetime and you don't catch it, that is what karma is. It's that stuff that we carry over with us. Karma isn't something that happens to, yeah, bitch, you got your karma, didn't you? No, it doesn't happen immediately. That's just a universal law giving them a reaction to whatever action they made. So every time we return, we give all that information back to source. And you know what? We didn't learn that patience. So the next time you come back down here, you most likely will be with the same group of people, a lot of the same people, a lot of the same relatives. Only a lot of times the roles are completely reversed. You could be, I could be a man in a past life. I absolutely know that at some point, and about probably more than half of my lives, I have been a man because I have a very strong mechanical aptitude. I can fix anything. I can drive anything. Anything from 2 wheels to 18. Backhoe, bulldozer, track hoe, I can run all that stuff. So it just kind of comes natural to me. So if you don't get that patience the first time around, you get that, here you come with this family now, trying to learn patience. So that's what reincarnation is all about. It is the soul's elevation. Every time it comes, we come back, we ascend to a little better person. I must have been a real cunt in a couple of lifetimes because I really try to be a a good and a better person, at least at this stage in my life. As we get older, we try to anyway. So we talked about the light. We talked about reincarnation. One of the things somebody asked me about reincarnation was, can we reincarnate as an animal? There's two theories on this. First off, animals are a much higher frequency than we are. They are a pure, perfect soul. I don't even care if it's a ferocious tiger. It is a pure, perfect soul out to just, and they have souls. Every animal does. And for those of you that happen to be vegetarians, before cows, pigs, sheep, chicken, rabbits, anything that we could eat, before they come down here, they have that same soul contract. They agree to come down here. And their purpose that if they volunteer for it, thank you, Spirit on the Light, unless it's been on, I haven't been paying attention. But they come down here to support us. So if you are farm folk and you worry about butchering, and you know you raised old Bessie out there from a little calf, now it's time to go to a butcher shop. That's her job. She wanted to do that. She came down here to support human life, along with the other animals that we might eat. All right. Can we reincarnate as an animal? Now, since they are of a higher frequency, it is thought that we can never attain that higher frequency. But if we live enough lifetimes and we do all that achieving that I mentioned, and that we ascend each time we reincarnate, we can get to a level, and some believe we can reincarnate as animals. However, there's another theory, and this is just all theory. I don't care who you talk to. If you watch some of those other frou-frou psychics on YouTube here, and there's a ton of them. There's the one with the big hair, and there's the one with a couple of the guys that, yeah, they might be gay, they might not be, I don't know, not to judge. One thing about bikers, we don't judge, we live our life as fucking free as we can. Yeah, so all of this is theory. There is some, we're beginning to get some proof in some of these theories, but how do you prove it? Okay, we have people that actually die, that are revived. That is a near-death experience. They are clinically dead. A lot of you think a near-death experience is when you go down the road and somebody almost hits you with your car. No. That was a near accident and not a near-death experience. It may have felt like it. But people that are revived and come back are telling us that some of these theories are true, that they're real. So, it is believed by some, and this is also a teaching of Dolores Cannon. If you guys are all trying to learn about this, and some of you are brand new, I suggest you take a look over here at YouTube. So many of my people from Facebook are illiterate with YouTube. I'm stunned by it, really. You need to come over here and learn. You can do anything by the YouTube videos. Anything. I just repaired my own electric range. It would have been a $300 bill if I had the repairman came out. He gave me an estimate on it, and I fixed it myself for 20 bucks. So get yourself, you can build a birdhouse. You can build an engine. You can plant a garden. All the videos you need are here. Educate yourself. So one theory is, if you follow Dolores Cannon because she has a lot of excellent teachings. I just put her on and listen to stuff. That way I kind of pick things up. But one of the theories that she has produced is that we start out incarnating as rock, stone, and dirt. And then we gradually work up to plants and trees. And then we become animals. And then we keep, and each one at a time, it's a reincarnation. If somebody cuts that tree down that I mentioned, and burns it, it's going to come back. It gets another lifetime, gets to come back. So we start as rocks, and then we kind of think about how things break down. Rock breaks down and becomes dirt and sand and yada yada. And then we come back as trees and plants and yada yada. Then we can come back as animals, and I have no idea what progression animals we come back as. Do we do it once or twice, or do we keep coming back till we get it right? Thought I just saw an orb. If you guys see orbs, make sure you let me know in the comments. By the way, let me know in the comments what other topics you want to hear. I am going to close the session out with a tarot reading for you. I talk fast, so if you want to, stop the video, back it up, and catch what I'm saying again. But I have no idea what progression we go through as if we do reincarnate as animals. I don't have a memory of being an animal. I have memories of being at Gettysburg during the battle. I have a few memories of ancient Rome. And one of the things I talked about earlier was like the phobias that you have that carry across from reincarnation. If you go someplace and you get that strangest feeling that you've been there before, you have. I had a lady that went to Las Vegas, and when she went to Caesar's Palace, the whole place, is decorated like ancient Rome. And she kept feeling like it, and some of the waiters literally walk around with a helmet on and armor, and they're walking around with carrying trays. She literally remembered at that point what a past life was, because that felt so familiar to her. So those are things that point out what reincarnation is, and that you have lived in past lifetimes. Old souls, those are the ones that come down here. They are quiet. They are easygoing. They don't get mad about anything. They're usually wise. They're usually people that people go to for unload their worries and their woes. And people that are new souls, oh man, those are the boneheads that always doing stuff wrong, in trouble with the law, get kicked out of school, drop out of school. Those are new souls, because every lifetime we are to acquire more education, more knowledge as a soul, not necessarily up here, but as a soul, because we're trying to gain that soul's ascension, to lift it. And oftentimes, you often see memes over there on Facebook about ascending and ascension, and you don't understand what it is. That's what it is. Raising your soul, becoming a better person. Speaking of becoming a better person, there is no right or left here. There is no Democrat, no Republican. I'm talking about here on my channel. I will say some things about people, and it is with the insight that I get. You have heard me talk about this sitting president. I, on a personal level, did not care for him. As a young, rich man, I can tell you he was grab ass. He was one of those guys that could lean up against a girl in a corner, make a pass at her. But he has matured. In his first election, I predicted that. If you go back over 1,000 videos ago, I predicted that he would be elected. He is divinely tapped to lead this nation. The proof of that for me was when he was shot in the ear and survived it. He was divinely protected. We need that man. He's a good businessman. We don't have to like him, though. And I don't have to like him. However, I will respect the office. And I will stand strong as an American. Thank you, Spirit on the Light. And not bash him any more than I just did. I'm seeing actual Trump derangement syndrome. I thought that was just a thing, but there are so many people that hate him. That's all they still talk about. Let that shit go. All right, I touched on a couple of different topics. Hit that reincarnation. Now I have grabbed the tarot deck here. We're 21 something or other. Hang on. I want to throw a timestamp. I keep saying I'm going to throw timestamps in here for you guys. And it's a one-person, one-man operation here. So a lot of times when I edit the videos, I forget to put the timestamps in. So today I am using the Modern Witch Tarot deck. I do not dabble with witchcraft. Matter of fact, I do not care for ritual because I was raised Catholic, and that's all they talk about, that's all they do is ritual in Catholic Church. I don't think that's correct. It just felt odd to me, so I'm a Reformed Catholic, and I'm trying to find, I was going to find the pictures of it. I'll get to it if I get to it. I'll show you why I bought these cards. But they are based on the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck. So we will see what is coming for the upcoming week. The month of April is going to be really, here, this is it. It just jumped out for me. So you can see why I bought this deck of cards, right? Love it. The month of April is going to be an absolute doozy. Things are going to escalate. It may look like we are going into a world recession, not just a country recession. On the political front, it's going to get dicey again. There's going to be more upheaval. There went an orb. Thank you. Wow. Did you see that? At 2320, I believe. All right. 2320 for that big orb. Can somebody tell? I just saw another one come down. It looked a little wormy looking and came over. Thank you, Spirit on the Light there. But I didn't know if that light was on when that big orb went by. If you saw that, let me know down in the comments. I actually forgot where in the hell I was and what I was talking about as I was shuffling these cards. Tarot deck also is a form of divination, contacting the other side. Every time you play with a deck of tarot cards, you're talking to somebody over there. You're asking for their wisdom and their guidance. They're picking out cards and helping you. You got to know how to close the portal. All right. Oh, the month of April. So it is going to be dicey. Oh my! It's even showing up here in the cards. Let me tell you. It is going to be on a political front. However, on the good side, for most people, it's going to be a very prosperous month. Incomes can increase a little bit. You're going to see some prosperity, some abundance. Some of you will find a job in the month of April. Many of you have been looking and not finding anything. Some of you will be finding very needed housing. Housing has been rough to find. You may find that in the month of April. So even though it looks bad out there, it could be good right at home, okay? And by the way, if you're still watching mainstream media, I'm worried about you. Really. They are told what to say. It's not unbiased journalism anymore. Chet Huntley and David Brinkley aren't around. Walter Cronkite isn't here. Those big mainstream media conglomerates are owned by billionaires who control the narrative. So pop over here YouTube and watch some of the independents and their podcasts, and they give you the news and the local breakdowns on things. So keep your minds open. Get ready for April. April happens to be the 4th month, and here we have it. 4 swords. A lot of healing is required. Downtime, worry. That's where we're at right now. We're coming into April. This is for last couple days of March and rolling into April. But that 4 swords is all about, go ahead and take some of that time and regroup. It's okay. Give yourself some healing time. A lot of self-care. Take care of yourself. We've got the 3 of Wands. And that's all about us putting forth prayers and dreams and looking out to the future. He's looking out there for that apartment that he couldn't find. He's looking out there for that job that he couldn't find. And look, the ships are coming in. Remember that old expression, when my ship comes in, it's coming in. We have the Hierophant. Are you doing okay, girlie? Everybody know Miss Maggie? She's kind of been up and down and behind me here. Can't see her. She's out of the shot. I'll show her later. We have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is, it can be about clergy. A lot of you are questioning your spirituality. You're questioning religion overall. You heard me mention about the Catholic Church and how some things don't go as they should. The ritual. And then you've got that in every church. I'm not hacking on the Catholics. A lot of that, when I have to attend a funeral mass or something, a lot of that part of the mass is very soothing, and it comes back because it's part of my childhood. But this is about you guys questioning where you're going with your faith. Do you know the Amish have church in their house? Thank you, Spirit. They bring everybody in the little local group, and they go to Jebediah's house, and they set up benches, and they have church. You bring God into your house. Bring God into your house. Now, you don't necessarily have to get up tomorrow morning, because I'm filming this on a Saturday. You don't have to get up tomorrow morning, drag your tired ass off to church. Welcome God into your home. Welcome Jesus in. And that's exactly what some of you are. You're now finding out you can do this and talk to God at the same time. It's all right. So many self-righteous, Bible-thumping Christians tell me that I talk to demons. If I did, or psychic mediums, not just me in general, but all psychic, they think that we talk to demons. Wouldn't we be telling you harmful stuff like to go hurt yourself? A lot of what I do is I give people messages of faith and hope from the other side, to keep going, to keep growing, strive to be a better person. We also have the Devil card. I just kind of mentioned that. Now, in this particular case, some of you are addicted to drama. That's what the Devil can depict in that card. I like breaking some of this down for you guys. You notice they are chained to that podium underneath him, that kind of an indicator of addiction. And in this case, Some of you are addicted to drama, or you know somebody addicted to drama. Those people that always have to start a fight, an argument. Because it does produce a lot of the same chemicals in the brain that addiction does. And that devil brings us right over to that, back to that Chariot card. The Chariot card usually is an indicator of you're headed somewhere in the right direction. I'm just feeling tickles all over my face. Stepping away from that devil and heading in the right direction, knowing you can welcome God in, knowing you can bring Jesus in, knowing that talk to them just like you do other people. I'm going to tell you right now that Jesus did not want to be adored. He did not want to be worshipped. That's ego. He didn't have that. He wanted us to follow his principles. He was a teacher. He was the Messiah. That's what it means, teacher. So you guys are headed in the right direction with your own personal spirituality in your own personal way. I talked about, now this is a little crazy. I'll point this out because I do, even though they play differently. There are 3 pages on the table. And a page is kind of that, you remember the old-fashioned plays? Shakespearean times, a guy come out with a placard and it would say Act 3 on it. That's a page. And it usually telling us what's coming next, right? Each one of those 3 pages is a plot twist. Page of Cups. Plot twist in that faith thing. That cup that she's holding looks like the chalice they use in a lot of churches, and that's a fish. Again, another religious symbol. Miss Maggie, would you like up here? Here. Give me a second to get her up here.